Hello, welcome to this weather update. I just walked in. It's a little after 9 o'clock, and I want to get this weather update out there because I want to show you how all hell is breaking loose right now up in the Hudson Valley around Danbury. Looks like parts of Connecticut, upstate here. Looks like around Orange County, Monroe. Well, not so much Monroe. There's no towns listed here, but this is somewhere in Orange County here. These storms have been going for a while now, so let's take a look at the radar right now, and you will see here, here it is, the severe weather right here. Severe thunderstorm warning looks like it's in effect for Connecticut. The storms are actually moving toward our area, so we might actually be impacted by this. Let me refresh the radar and take a look. And why I just walked in, because there's an amazing lightning show going off to the north right now, and I could see the clouds building to the north all day, and then as the evening set, and you could really see the clouds are still there, and these storms are still going. So let's look at the wind to ground right now. Take a look at the radar. Let's take these weather stations off, and let's put this into 10x with the radar, so show you what's going on here. And we'll play this. So you could see, yeah, looks like there's a warning, and it's showing the hazards. So I don't know what these blue things are, if that means hail or not. So they did update. They've added some new things. I think the green means flash flooding. I'm not sure what all these things mean. Oh, okay, it's got storm tracks basically. That's what these things are. But you could see these storms here over Connecticut, extreme western Connecticut. Poughkeepsie has been getting hammered all day long into the town of I don't know. It says Delaware State Forest. So there's no town listed here as far as this area goes. This looks like Sussex County into Orange County, Rockland County. It looks like they're going to be impacted very shortly by these storms. So here's a look at these storms on the Ventu Sky radar, and this is the current view of them. It looks like they are moving into Mount Kisco, around Danbury. So these could be heading to Stamford, where one of my viewers lives, possibly that area. And you can see the white. There could be hail in these. Like I said, they've been putting on some light show off the north here. And you can see here is some storms around Port Jervis, too. Now, they're still not affecting our area yet. So some storms around Port Jervis. So these are all have the potential to be severe. Peekskill into the Hudson Valley. And I'm going to move this back to, let's see, it's about 21:10, so let's move this back to, or so it's about 9:10 according to the radar. We'll move this back 3 hours to 6, and you can see the storms are further upstate at this time. But Kingston, Poughkeepsie, this area's been getting pounded all day long. Connecticut, too. Northern Connecticut, they've been having a lot of severe weather as well with these storms. Like I said, it's all been missing us. We've actually had a very humid but kind of nice afternoon, actually. But for upstate, you can see they've been dealing with these storms. And like I said, there's some white spots in these storms, which means it could have been hail. So we'll have to see what happens with this. Because these are bad storms to be dealing with. Again, here's the radar here. I'm going to get a little closer on the underground radar to show you. All right, there is. What does this mean? All right, wind. So it's saying that this storm has wind potential, the ones around Mahopac. I like this new feature that they put in underground. All right, so the wind, let's see what the green is. Let's see if we can get that. You got to be quick. That's the key. You got to be quick. You got to. All right, let's see what the blue is. So hail detected around Bedford. So this is they've added some new features here, which are nice. And then I guess the green, that might be lightning. I'm guessing the green is lightning. Let's see what these are. So this is a new feature. I like this. So it really gets to tell you where all the different parameters are. I don't know what the yellow is. I'm trying to click on the yellow and see what that is. If we can get to that. I gotta be really, I'll just pause it so that way we can get to the yellow. Alright, let's see. What does yellow mean? Yellow means wind. This is wind. The green is strong storm. Pine bush. We go to the current. Look at what the hazards are right now. We have hail around Bedford, New York. Chappaqua, strong storm. I like these new features, and hail again wanted. So again, the possibility of hail and strong winds, and of course a lot of lightning, because that's what we're seeing off to the north right now. it's been one hell of a light show, and I was watching it for quite some time, just enjoying this. So again, all the lightning, you can see all the lightning strikes here that have been going on the lightning detector. It's been nuts, but so far, like I said, our area has not really been impacted too much. Most of this is staying upstate. It looks like it will anyway. But upstate, like I said, these are the areas here: Danbury, Stony Point. There's lots of lightning strikes in these areas, and let me tell you, I was watching it. It was something to see. Let's refresh this radar again, take a look and see. We still have that severe thunderstorm. Oh, it looks like it is starting to move down into our area, so it's possible we may be getting affected by this. Definitely, if you're in southern Connecticut, one of my viewers, Samantha, you're going to be getting hit by these storms for sure. She's been having a lot of thunderstorms this year. Connecticut's been getting hit very hard. And there was actually activity over Jersey, too, that we have to talk about, too, today. So while Long Island was quiet, all around us we had a lot of storms. That, like I said, the quiet for Long Island might change. And this is all, I think this might be part of the cold front here. These storms right here. This is, and there's a bow with this line, too, earlier. So it's going to be, I have to look at the power outage situation up there, too. But we're not done yet because we got to go to Ventusky and actually turn back the clock because there was some heavy rain over Toms River, too, earlier on. I think it was around 2 o'clock in the afternoon. If I'm not mistaken, 1, 2 o'clock, there was some heavy showers over Toms River. Let's see if there were. Yeah, this shower right here. There were some showers over Toms River and thunderstorms that had popped up too, and they were very slow moving. You could see they kind of like just hung around in the same area, so there may have been some flash flooding from these storms, and then they kind of quieted down, and now the action is more north, as we see right now. So that does. We'll go to now. We're going to look at some. See if we can find some storm reports here. But again, this is the current, and you can see that white spot right there. That could be hail. Somewhere in the vicinity of, looks like just north of Somers and Carmel. Carmel is getting pounded right now. So these areas are getting pounded by these thunderstorms. So I think the electric company in this area that's being affected is NYSEG, and it looks like there is a power outage right in the area that's getting hit hard. And it looks like it's affecting almost 1,000 people. So it wouldn't be surprised, and there's another one around Somers, also 559 people without power over there as well due to these storms, and another one over here. So these are the areas that have been getting hit hard here. These look like smaller ones around Pound Ridge. But anyway, if we go to Power Outage US, we can also look and see. It looks like in New York State, in its entirety, we have about almost 9,000 people without power right now. So let's see what the numbers are here in these areas. So most of the areas that are being affected, it is NYSEG. They lead the pack at 5,000, almost a little over 5,000 outages, and then Central Hudson Gas and Electric Company. So yeah, the Hudson Valley has been getting hammered today by these storms. I don't think New Jersey has. I'll look at New Jersey right now. Yeah, it's not. New Jersey is got hardly anyone. So New Jersey has dodged most of the severe weather, though they did have some rain. But speaking of New Jersey, this article here says 140-year record show July keeps getting hotter in New Jersey. So, and also I want to show you this, that July was on record here, ever recorded on Earth. So I'll put those links below. It just goes to show you what we're dealing with this climate crisis that's continuing to spin out of control across the. Okay, all right. So here's the satellite. Why I reacted that way is, look at this. What's this going on here? Is that some kind of tropical system that we got to look at? So you can see all these high cloud tops from the thunderstorms here. All right, so let's look at the models. Let's see what's going to happen. We're just going to look at the short range. I'm not really going to go too much into the long range because it's a busy night tonight with all these thunderstorms going on. We'll take a little look at the week ahead, but I'm just going to show you the the NAM model. See if the NAM is picking up on these storms at all. So actually, yes, here you go. So it is picking up on them. So let's see what the NAM does. Do they hold together? It actually has them holding together and possibly hitting us around in an hour or two, perhaps a couple hours away. We could be impacted by these storms. I'll have to watch them and see if they weaken or not. The marine influence weakens them. So let's go into Sunday here, because there's more chances for thunderstorms on Sunday. It looks like on the east end early Sunday morning. And then in the afternoon, there's a little wave of instability that comes through. The NAM doesn't seem to have anything, but some of the other models have. So I'll have to keep an eye on that and see what happens with that. As far as the dew points go, well, it's been humid today, and that's the thing. It's been humid today, but it hasn't been all that hot because we've had a very strong onshore flow. So we've had dew points upper 60s, low 70s, a little more humid in Toms River. But you can see this front trying to get through here, our area, tomorrow, and the dew points should start dropping. Yeah, there is something. The NAM is developing something off in the Atlantic there. So that's something to be concerned about. But these lower dew points do come into our area on Monday and try to get in. But you can see what happens. The front gets hung up. The dry air really doesn't make it to Jersey. Long Island, we should have dew points hopefully dropping into the mid-50s. But the dry air and then the humidity comes right back. So the front just stalls out right there. And, we're going to deal with that stall front syndrome again. That is so annoying. Let's look at this cloud cover on the NAM as well. So as we go into Sunday, you will see the sun will try to come out. We may have a clear afternoon. We may have a good amount of sunshine in the afternoon. But then as we go into Monday, you can see the high clouds roll in on us again because they have that front right by us. That front is right by us. So we'll have to see what happens with that. We'll have to see what happens. So let's go to the GFS here. We'll see how the GFS interprets it as far as this front goes. So here's for your Sunday. It has more clouds around for Sunday. Seems like it's overdoing the high clouds maybe a little bit. Monday tries to push it to the south, but unfortunately it just gets hung up with that stall front. Now, upstate in Albany, you're going to have some nice weather up in Albany. And I know one of my viewers is in Albany. You're going to have some nice weather. That may be the place to flee to when it gets unbearable here. Albany, upstate. That way at least I could stay in the same state. So plenty of clouds for Monday. Tuesday, maybe a little less clouds, but the humidity will be up there again. And, we're just going to be dealing with stall fronts and unsettled weather this week, unfortunately. That is the unfortunate thing. The Monday looks like the most comfortable day. We'll look at the dew points on the NAM. I'm at the GFS. And let's see, GFS actually is actually higher this time than the NAM. It actually doesn't even have the east end drying out. It just has the dry air going in. It's literally the dry air is barely going to get into our area. It drops it in tomorrow afternoon, and then maybe in the morning we'll have the dry air. But by late afternoon, the humidity is right back again. So that's because of this damn stall front that we're dealing with. But look at Albany. They're going to have nice weather tomorrow. If you're up in Albany, your dew point's going to be in the mid-40s, and same for Monday too. So Sunday and Monday, that's what I mean. That is, it's 100 miles to the north. It makes a difference with these fronts, getting hung up. And their winters are much colder, and but that's not an issue for me. If that's where we have to, if Long Island's climate gets unbearable, then that could be an option. But sure as hell ain't going to New Jersey. That's for sure. But of course, I prefer to stay all right here on Long Island. That's, but we'll have to see what happens if it gets unbearable in the future with the humidity. Who knows? And the heat and well, there's other stuff going on that worries me more that I'm not going to talk about because I don't talk about those social issues. But it's a concern for sure. But anyway, let's look at some of the other models. Let's look at the HRRR model, and let's go and look at the radar, and let's see about that storm threat for tomorrow. So HRRR doesn't even have these storms on the zeros. It doesn't even have them. So let's see if see, it's developing something. See that little bit, very isolated, but I saw this once before, and that was when that severe storm wound up hitting Suffolk. That one that hit Comac and stuff. So it's similar kind of setup, and I'm a little, the possibilities there that it could be a severe storm. It's possible, when you have all this extra moisture in the air, you can always have a chance to have a severe storm. It's always possible that you can have one. So it's something to be concerned about for sure. We'll look at the other model, the HDRPS too. See how that shows up, because this one also is a good mesoscale model to use. So we back it up. Let's see how it's initializing. Yeah, it's initializing pretty good, that activity. So it looks like, yeah, it keeps it together. So we may, the H looks like it has something rolling in the New York, and then it kind of rapidly weakens as it hits the sea breeze. and then you could see that second wave develop there. We'll have to see what happens, but there's a possibility of thunderstorms tomorrow afternoon. That's what I'm saying right now, that there's a possibility of thunderstorms. So let's look at the temperatures here, and I'll go back to, because this doesn't, we have to go back to the GFS on this. And put this temperatures and show you what the temperatures are going to be doing for tomorrow. So for your Sunday, temperatures will be up into the mid 80s probably again. Maybe upper 80s. There won't be as much of a sea breeze as today, but the dew points will be lower. Monday, comfortable, mid 80s. That's the only comfortable day, because then the heat and the humidity starts coming back as we get later into the week. Look at Wednesday. Jersey's going to be back into the mid 90s again. Okay, so that kind of wraps up this weather update. It's just a lot going on with the radars and everything. So I just want to take this back to this afternoon to show you on Long Island. We were only in the low 80s and upper 70s with a nice south wind. But of course, Jersey was a little warmer, mid 80s. But even they had a little bit of a sea breeze component. And we look at the dew points today, you'll see it was on the humid side, and still is. We can look at some highs too if you want. So you can see dew points upper 60s, low 70s. Dew points were worse in Tom's River. So yeah, we got to actually look at some actual observations. So let's do that right now. Let's look at some actual observations, shall we? Waiting for this to load again. Computer's very, very, very slow right now tonight. Do apologize. So we'll just take a look at two observations here. Oh boy, that radar looks really angry. We're gonna have to look at that for a minute too. So let's load the temp. Let's load this up here. Load. 76 degrees, dew point 70 at Farmingdale. I'll only take a look at two observations today. 83 hit 83 because it's pretty much the same all over Long Island. With that strong south wind, you could see we had some strong south wind gusting up to 21. Dew points upper 60s to around 70. It wasn't terrible out there. Like I said, between the breeze and the fact that it wasn't hot and the air quality is fairly decent, it wasn't too bad. Let's see what Tom's River wound up hitting, because it was a little hotter there. We're going to take a look at that right now. So 75 degrees. Humidity is missing. It hit 86 there, so it's out of there. And look at the dew point. Actually, it looks like they had an 80-degree dew point. So here you go. So they had an 80-degree dew point reported at around 2 o'clock in Tom's River. And so the dew points were very high, another 78-degree dew point. And then it just goes NA. I don't know if it just messes up their instrument or whatever. It's so brutal there that their weather instruments just get messed up. But that's what it is. So that's what it is in New Jersey. It's just brutal there. But at least on Long Island, it wasn't too bad of a day. So let's look at that radar one more time. Yeah, these storms are really going. They're coming into Connecticut, and still think they're going to fizzle out by the time they get here with the sea marine influence. But you never know. Here it is again. Looks like they did drop the severe thunderstorm warning, but it could be reissued again. Heading toward Connecticut, eastern Westchester, Rye, and points east through Stamford. Looks like they will be getting impacted by the storms, probably by the time you're watching this already, by the time I get this all up. So, thank you for watching. Take care. Be careful tonight. Keep an eye on the weather with these thunderstorms around. Take care.